What up, guys? On this YouTube channel, we're going to be doing a lot more vlogging, some stuff that you won't see on the Train with Purpose Instagram. In this particular episode, we're going to be covering airsoft, a day in the life with me and all the guys that I train with on a regular basis, whether that be in the gym or on the range. Whatever it is, this is usually the group that I go to get most of my training done. So we'll be playing a ton of video from today's training. It'll be mostly airsoft in NorCal, training in a couple different spots, going over things, getting prepared for the Milsim West event. That's gonna be my third time airsofting in this video, and hopefully by the time we do Milsim West, we can get some really good training done for everything else that we do in Train with Purpose.
Huh? Hey, five rounds in 2 seconds.
Ah, Mo.
Yeah,
What's a holdover on
bro.
this? Huh? What's a holdover on this?
What are you going to start off? What you thought about today?
I enjoyed today. I appreciated the aggression. Usually that's something that I feel like we kind of lack a little. Not lack so much in, but we don't show enough is the aggression portion. I think bounding through these fucking hallways and stuff, going building to building, sometimes gets a little fucked up. So obviously it's just back to the basics of just working on the bounding shit. I like the buddy system that we ran today. You know, always having a buddy was very important. Obviously, if you got separated from the group or you were gonna try and be like an accessory to flank around the side, clear out a room, and then have everybody move up, that was good. I think that was kind of a big part of how we got to advance today. And it was nice playing with you guys. I got to play with you guys, so that was nice. I like the way you guys played a good pace, and you seem dedicated, seem to work hard, and I appreciate that a lot. Because this team, we just appreciate hard work and dedication. Just show that you appreciate it, and you appreciate the training. So I appreciate that, guys.
It's like, okay, fuck. We can't even move as a group in cohesion across the street. We obviously need to take a step back and figure this shit out, right? That stood out to me. Bounding as well, you know, we kind of dropped that, picked it up a little bit better as the games went on because we emphasized it. So that improved. But I really think we just need to spend more time as a larger group together to build an automatic response to whatever we call up to do, right? Because obviously the formations aren't clear yet. We do need work there. And the bounding isn't automatic yet either, right? So those are like the most basic small unit tactic movements and actions. And if we can't master that, then we can't do things like CQB, right?
Got it.
But other than that, I think for, you know, I mean, a group that's been playing together for, I mean, as a whole, barely a month, I think it's showing. I think the hard work is paying off.
Okay.
So we're on the right track.
Any?
Today was cool. It was a big learning experience for me. I like that we kind of picked a topic that we wanted to work on. We tried to address it as much as we could. I think the communication was a lot better, or at least smoother from my standpoint. I wasn't screaming like as much as I was last time. Yeah, I like that. Like as we went along, we kind of dissected what we were doing and made you know, tried to make improvements along the way. And I think it was showing as we progressed along. Obviously, you know, as we got tired, things started to kind of fall apart a little bit. As far as the formation is concerned, what we did in the shop helped a lot with getting that formation together. I think in game one we had the best formation. I think like going out the door, but I think doing it at speed is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's something that we could get some reps on in the future. But I had fun. I thought it was a great training session.
For the most part, I thought comms were good, but there's still, for the most part, everybody was calling it right, like, hey, you, it's me. But then there was a few times where somebody would forget or they wouldn't, and then it'd get really confusing because they would start saying people's names like they were asking a question, and then it makes it sound like somebody else is talking. Like if I start saying, like, Bryant and Nick, are you guys still here? It makes it sound like I'm Nick asking for Bryant. So just if that's what we're gonna do, then we need to go 100% at it and make sure everybody's doing it every time. The formations we got into were good, and everybody knew what we were doing when we called them, and we executed them good. When we did get into any room clearing, everybody blocked and cleared good, especially when it was like super fast. I know a few times there were just like 2 people hitting something on the run, and it's really hard to get a good clear when you're doing that, but I thought everybody did that good. And there was a couple times where last man was called when it wasn't actually the last man, so just make sure if you're going to call it that you're actually the last man. And then the thing we talked about earlier, just if you're under security and you go down, it's got to be communicated. That's all I got.
Alright. From my end, this is my first time. First time leading the team. It was a little anxious for me, a little nerve-wracking. I tried to settle it down a little bit more. Initially, there was a lot of pre-planning that was going on. I think that's what JP was talking about. More of the too much in-depth planning, which caused things to slow down a little bit. And we just need to work on easier plans for everyone to understand their jobs rather than pre-placing people. Let's see here. Again, I think the bounding could have been better. Just like I've stated in the last AAR, once we get tired, things start to like go out, and then the game starts becoming just airsoft. Like for example, if we look at the map and we spawn here at the gate and we start going down to get to airport, ideally what I would have liked to be done to get the rep in was get here, set, bound, and then continue. Only issue is that probably would have lost us airport just because everyone runs over here so fast due to it just being airsoft. And I've caught myself in a lot of times to where, again, I didn't want to lose that position, so started laxing on it, skipping bounding, etc., etc. It's all about mind and body control. When you get tired, you start losing concentration, you add speed, it just gets worse, and airsoft just becomes airsoft. Overall, again, just like Brian said, only playing together for like a month, I think everything's good. Most of the time, I think just getting more reps in and trying to concentrate and focus on actually getting the reps in and not playing airsoft as airsoft. Because we're using this as a training tool. And if we have to give up position and fight it back, I think that's what we have to do. There's a lot of times to where I didn't want to sacrifice something just because I wasn't comfortable with it, and that ended up getting us stuck and failing a lot of the time. Things could have been a little different, but probably get the rep in next time and learn from these mistakes. Anyone want to chime in their second thoughts here?
Yeah, Nick, I think you learned a good lesson in leadership today, in that I saw that you started the day, and we come up with a plan. It's like, Henry, when we get onto the field, you're going to go to this X position, like to the coordinate level of specificity, right? And as we go about that, we realize that all of this goes out the door as soon as we take contact, or people die, or things like wrenches get thrown into the cogs. And so when we move towards the model of kind of dishing out the task, but then having those individual units, delegate to those units for them to execute the tasks, I think we're really moving towards the correct model here, right? Because we need to be self-autonomous in order to achieve anything out there, right? Especially when it comes to Milsim West. I mean, we're going to be out there on our own, and people need to be able to act at the fire team level effectively and be creative in order to achieve what we're doing without having like micromanager placing. Now, there's a time and a place, right? Like, let's say we get to a strong point and you as the fire team leader, you're like, okay, Like, this guy needs to watch this fucking angle, this guy needs to watch this one, and this guy, like, come with me, we're doing this. Like, at that point, like, there's a time and a place, and I saw that all happening for you. So, I'm glad to see that. That was good. From the communications perspective, I think we're also facing some technical difficulties, because there were a lot of times where people were coming pretty garbled. At the beginning, like, during our comms checks, it was fine, but as we got into the game, like, I really couldn't hear Nick when you were initially on your in-ear. I couldn't hear Nemo anymore. He was kind of like coming in like choppy, very choppy and garbled. Henry was pretty clear, and that's what I can remember from him. But JP, you were coming a little bit choppy, garbled too. So we got to figure something out before we get to Milsim West, because if we're having trouble in a little warehouse like this, we're going to have way more problems at a fucking giant AO, right? So I think we got to do some testing with the gear outside of this and really nail it down, because we haven't really had problems before. I don't know what's going on now. Radio settings, antennas, we got to figure out what it is. It's got to be working for Milsim West.
Got it.
So, yeah, that's what I would have.
Going off that first point again, I think it's big in a team like this that you gotta be able to trust that you're gonna make a plan, and then when we get on target, that you gotta trust your people to find work and they can micromanage themselves. Because at the end of the day, we can't rely on, like MSW, we're not gonna be able to rely on Reaper to cover our ass. We gotta rely on our guys. So we have to make sure that we're trusting them to.
Yeah, if I can like kind of chime in on that too, it's like you have to understand that there's a hierarchy in the team, like a chain of command. So like you shouldn't be worrying about like what's Henry doing, like his team leader should, because I do agree, like somebody mentioned it today, it is hard to manage 8 dudes, so that if we divvy up the task and divide them into 2 teams, which we did, which is good. And then you worry about the overall picture and worry about the fire teams. The fire team leaders worry about the individual dudes. There was a couple times where like we were kind of stagnant outside in the open a little bit, trying to come up with a plan. But if that situation ever arises, dude, just make a decision. Get us all out from the open into a building, because I would rather be in a building, come up with a plan, than just sitting out in the open and one dude's getting picked off every like, a couple seconds, and then everything just goes to shit, because that's obviously, I'm pretty sure that won't play out good in Milsim West if we're just stagnant, one dude's getting picked off one at a time. We need to find cover, make a decision quick as possible, and then execute, instead of just making up, like, because we were at the truck for like how long, and me and Brian were like burning through like 4 mags. At that point now, like, how are we going to execute the next task if we're running into it with like literally only like a mag and a half? So
I think we figured that out right after, depending on whoever dies. So we don't have the numbers, we just have to run it and move on with the plan. Definitely have to take that into account next time. And again, at that time, I was thinking about not letting go of that secondary position in the hallway, because if we lose that, then we'll get flanked. So there's just a lot of overthinking on my end.
But that's good though. It's all learning, part of the learning, right? So, but making a decision is better than not making a decision, because if you don't make a decision, like, people die. So.
As you're moving, you get pretty. Oh, okay. We'll pick yeah, dude. I'll walk. Round up. Walking. Go. And jump. Last man. That's me. It's fixed. Work on. Down. It's all the way down. Back to. Slow down. What? what happened? Why were you stuck on the Jeep?
I was posted up.
Did someone forget? Did I forget last man?
No, so Brian was going in, and then I was going to take this, but I forgot. I had to step back to do this, and no one around me. And then
I should have made more mistakes.
I know you're
Oh
good.
no. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about. I can't remember the order. I think you were here. Was it?
I just kept staying set.
Oh, okay. Because I turned around and I saw you sat here, Nick still sat over there.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just
Okay,
like,
well, let's just work bounding between these two cars right now, right? Let's break it down, right? So let's move up in this stack here, right? I'm the first one up. I'm up to this. Someone's got long coverage here, right? Alright, I got long coverage here. Set, moves across. Stack moves across. Got last man. Gotcha. Will over. Over here, I got Will, last man. Yes, that was number one.
wait. So I don't understand. Did you wait for him to?
I waited for him to get across and set me because I'm not going to cross without someone set me.
Okay, so if Will is sat there. Last man, Billy. What's that? If someone's shooting at you, what are you doing? Shooting back.
Shooting back.
Yeah. How many do you want to send across?
Alright, just send one dude.
Alright.
But
Are you sure you want to do it by himself?
good.
Goes in two.
Good. Two. Next one.
Go get one more. Is that? Move.
I forgot the tab.
Send it off.
Ready?
Set. Set. Hold.
All here. What's that, Will? Last man.
Alright, index.
Alright.
Yeah, you're right. Someone should be watching this vlog, right?
Put JP in the front now since he's just on the stack. Yeah.
And he said nobody went here, so like that's what I'm saying. Are we practicing having the two or three man do that?
So like one and two, right? Like one and two.
So- sorry,
if I'm coming up to this corner to get set,
Yeah.
my guy should be offset, holding down that danger zone that way, right? So you should be slightly offset, watching long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as I'm coming up to this corner, I'm not gonna get because I've given up all this, right? That's your job now. So as I come up to this to get set for the stack, now you're leading the stack across. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
you have long coverage now. Yeah.
So, okay, I get all that. My question is, if I'm following, if I'm not number one,
Yeah.
right? If let's say that you just came across and, well, no, I guess that's bad because we finished the jewel when that happened.
Let's not get too wind up on like the what if. Let's just worry about.
Well, not it's not a what if thing. It's that Nick and me both came up and this is Billy, and you are Nick, and this happened, and I'm just asking, is that what we're doing now?
That's not what we're doing.
Oh no, I'm
No.
like slightly offset from this one, so I should be like in between here. So muzzle before flash. I'm not passing Brian's barrel if he's turning the corner. So,
Nick's got my long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like trailing behind the stack.
Okay.
Single
Yeah,
file.
that was my question.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it again.
Okay.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. What do you see?
All right, we're clear. Send everybody across.
Moving.
Okay, going.
We're set here, Henry.
Send one. Send another. Send them all, send them all, send them all.
All right, all here.
And next.
Okay. Is that making sense so far?
Yeah.
It's pretty logical, right? Like priorities of work. Cover the priorities of work, and then that's it.
Billy, I was good when you were behind me.
Yeah.
You know how we're supposed to watch these go through the recordings? All you're gonna see is him fucking recording the nonsense.
The entire time.
Nah, dude. I'm trying to record everybody.
L3, L3.
Yeah. JP offset, get his long, get his long.
Clear, send them all, send them all, send them all. All here.
Contact.
Bang bang, he's dead.
What do you want to send?
Should we try getting one low on this one? Like low high?
So you say we're taking fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Instead of just sending somebody over, I'm saying get
wants
somebody
a high
low
low.
high.
It's too hot. He needs more suppressive fire to get a guy.
Call it.
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah,
high low.
Billy's the second guy up. Nick still has to get offset.
So
Billy's high low.
Yeah.
Hello established. How many?
And then,
Established.
okay, now we can send one across.
well, first of all, JP, you have to get low, and then because he's behind you, you get high.
That's right. That's right. The person in front should be going low because you want the person in front to be low shooting, right?
Over.
Because the person behind can control. Like, don't stand up. I'm high, but like high low, the person behind them is always high, right?
This is true. My only reason for that organically feeling correct for him to do that is that he was able to react offline right when I asked him to.
While you continue to hold your gun up.
Yeah, so my thought was when I asked Billy to do that, what did you do, Billy? Can you reenact it? Right here? And then I came back out, right? And so at that point he got off the X, and because what you're saying totally makes sense. What I'm saying is he got off the X and he became a new threat, and I was able to come
Right,
back.
so he popped that corner like a new threat.
Yeah, exactly. So a different position, and now he took he relieved me from some of the suppressive fire, and I was able to come back instantly as soon as I seen he contacted. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's right. That's just literally
No,
what I was thinking.
it does make sense in this situation, definitely. You can, like, if you're holding that corner, you can just drop to a knee too, and then have him pop up behind you.
And then drop to your knee.
Yeah.
And then both of you.
Like JP could drop to a knee, and you would pop up above him, right?
Mhm.
That's like that would be another way to do it. So say you're holding that corner, Billy. You're like Billy calls a high low. Billy goes low. JP pops out high above him.
Or should I go back and go low?
So what you're saying is, okay, so come back on to my offset, right?
Yeah.
So I was here and I was like, pop, contact. At this point, I don't want to send anybody across, and I say high, low.
Yep.
So then what you're saying is I go low,
Yeah.
and then Billy comes around on top.
Correct.
High.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that the high man behind has control of, not blasting.
You'll be my tripod, bro.
You can react off of your reaction.
Believe it or not, actually, that in that case where the person who's nearest to the corner, that actually prevents a lot of blue and blues as well.
It does.
The person in front is high.
That's the whole point, high low.
Yeah, because there's a lot of situations where people get shot in the back of the head
Yeah.
by their dude
Yeah.
because the person in front is high
Yeah.
rather than low.
Yeah.
That's why that's why we've been abiding by that rule for so long.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming at it from.
Yeah.
We've just tried to stick to this because it's just good
Well,
practice.
it's a system.
Yeah,
So your
it's a
guys' system totally makes sense. in that particular scenario, that felt organic, but that also would be deviating from the system and causing more thinking through these fucking things that we're doing.
We would have adapted to it regardless. It would be like, okay, he's low. Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Right. So let's get back into that, right?
Yeah.
So you had
guys are
withering
high-low.
fire coming in. Now you have 2 guns up, suppressing, right?
So
JP calls high-low again.
Call it.
So I'm high-low, but I'm going back to initially, or I'm doing...
Play it
high-low?
out however you want. Like, let's play it out organically, right?
Okay, so initially I was like, pop, pop, contact, and I said, Billy, high-low. And then you on your own got a different angle, got low. As soon as you got contact, I fired. And then at this point, I said, send 1 over.
Right.
And I'm hoping whoever I send over is also helping with suppressive fire as fast as they can, right? Like sprinting, but muzzle down range. Like that's what I do when we're game bot.
Yeah, when you run across the street, just fucking gun down.
Yeah,
the street.
yeah. Literally, you're just running in this way, right? And
Yeah, just.
So who's holding on?
Well, that would be Nick.
yeah,
That's Nick.
Yeah.
yeah.
He has been holding on.
You gotta
this whole
remember
time.
that we're moving like in a stack. There's always the person behind should be able to cover long, right?
Yeah, Nick's been holding long this entire time.
Okay.
Billy just stepped offset to get high-low with you.
Yeah, yeah.
He was your 2 essentially.
Yeah. Ready, Nick? Okay, so Billy, come back. Billy, come back. All right, cool. And so you were number 2. Go back. And this is how the whole situation panned out, right? You went to number 2 on the knee.
Yep.
Hello. No, you were already there. You were already there because this is how we panned out. And I said, send 1 over.
Nick goes across. He's getting across. He's getting across. Nick's
Okay.
still holding long.
Okay, and so right here we have suppressive fire. And now we have somebody holding long here for Nick so that Nick can help us suppressive fire to get on this side to get more people across, right? From that angle. Guys, contact.
Heavy.
Yeah, heavy contact. All right, high-low. So,
I love.
good. All right, I got your support. Let's send 1 over.
Moving.
Okay, mag change. What are we seeing?
That is their MG. What's there?
We got an MG.
You guys lost the pointer?
Dude, it's bad.
You gun up or what?
I just reloaded, but there's rounds coming down range. I can't really peek out.
Take pressure off this.
I'm gonna draw their fire.
Hey, so
You
we
ready?
got- all right, so-
You gotta peek when they draw this fire.
Yeah.
Copy?
Go. All right, he's drawing. Go. Push. Peek it.
Go.
Drawing
Moving,
the fire.
moving.
Take the corner back.
All right, go ahead, reload, Billy. I got you.
Popping up.
Yeah.
Back change.
Back up.
Want me to switch?
No. Come up.
All right.
What are we doing? 7 guys.
Yeah. Let's send Will. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
Billy, get a second gun up here. Billy, get a gun up.
Hello. All right, I'm out. Give me a second.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Heavy fire. Loading. Billy, you got priority.
You gotta stay up as long as you can.
Alright. I'm gonna pop this and draw their fire, right, JP?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep. Am I good?
We're set. Go, move.
All here. Right. All right.
So let's go over what just happened, right? You guys high-load me to get 1 guy across. I got across. And then the fire was way too heavy after that, right? To get anyone else across, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the call was made. I forget who made the call, but to get my gun back up this way, because you guys were either.
Good? You good?
Center.
Alright, Millie.
You got 2 guys
Going
left.
to switch. I'm gonna be low. You're gonna be high. We're gonna be okay. Are you topping off?
Go look.
I got top off. That looks like that's not
What's happening down here?
Hold on, I'm moving.
Alright, get up. Alright, last time.
You reloading? All right.
Bang. All right, I'm coming over.
Contact gas.
All here.
Send it off.
Send it all. Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna
Copy.
be high. Okay, ready?
Copy.
You're gonna pop. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Bang, bang, bang,
Go,
bang,
go,
bang,
go,
bang,
go, go.
bang. We're gonna send one guy over.
Right.
Send one guy over. He's a press. He's a press. Okay, Henry, I gotta reload. Yep, yep, yep.
Pull back, pull back, pull back.
Nick, you lost the corner.
Reloaded. Up.
Alright. Pop again. 3, 2, 1. Bang, 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 bang. Send a guy, send a guy.
Send.
Press. Press. Alright.
Loading.
Okay. Henry, are you still up?
Yeah, I'm still up.
Okay. I got reload again.
Alright, pull back, pull back.
You got Toby, bro. You're out. Alright,
Actually,
lost
yeah,
the
okay.
corner. Alright. You got 2 guys left. Okay, 2 guys left. Alright, ready? Pop out one more time. Ready? Bang, 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 bang. Okay. He's down. Chris down. Alright. Okay, go ahead. Send two guys over. Send it.
Yeah, we'll get. He's got high low.
Hello here.
Yeah, hold up.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what do you got? Alright.
Hey, get a gun up first.
Alright. All here.
On here.
Here, Brian, you get hello. I gotta watch your spot.
Okay,
Brian.
copy. I'm with you, Billy. Pop. Go follow.
Yeah. No contact on the left side of the wheel.
Copy. Land to him.
He's down.
Down.
I sent 2 guys.
Move 2. Move 2.
Alright.
Hey, topping off.
Okay, copy. I got you.
Okay. Back up. Corner.
Okay.
I like that.
Send one. Send one.
Sending.
Pressing.
Loading.
Contact right.
Contact right.
Right.
Down. He's down.
Okay, copy. All right, guns up front, Billy.
I got reload.
Press.
Got
Get him
reload.
down. Get him down. All right, set it.
Alright,
Set it. Hey, get set. I need 2 guns up on that side.
Yeah, I need someone to be low. Behind. Okay, bang, 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 set. Alright, we're holding.
I'm moving
Pressing.
1, Billy. I'm moving 1.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, get set for
Alright,
that.
Alright, all hit.
So then, again, that was an audible call to right here, or are we automatically setting to?
I just.
There's a 3.
Contact the beam. Second story to the window.
Okay. Fine.
Fine. Full to dry.
Okay, switching.
Go low.
Oh, want a high low?
I got reload. Alright.
Hey, let me know when I can move. Let me know when I can move across.
Hey, you guys got 2 guns over here.
Come up.
Copy.
Down.
Hey, I'm in the move.
Go ahead, move.
Go.
Moving.
Alright.
Last one.
Alright, you go.
Reload?
Yeah.
Yep, I got it.
Last man.
Got it.
Alright, ready? Set. Going.
You back up.
Oh, here.
Go ahead.
Contact left. Second one.
Alright, he's down. Go ahead, send 2.
Got low on the high. Good. What do you see?
We see. Maybe contact right.
Okay.
Contact right. He's down. He's down.
Go ahead, send 2.
2.
Henry, you're dead. You're dead in the middle of the street.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's vlog style content. I'll try to talk more behind the camera, do more long format stuff for you guys. Expect a lot more of this stuff, whether it's more gym content, more airsofting content. I might throw some of the fighting stuff in there too. I'm pretty new to a lot of this stuff. Really, all my expertise comes from fitness and firearms. So you're gonna be seeing me explore a lot of this different stuff. Before we head out though, after this video, I wanted to talk about what I used, what I've been using for all of my airsoft events that I've been going to. This is the BCM VFC replica, or it's from VFC. It's a BCM replica with a T-Rex arms sling, a Cloud Defense owl, BCM CAG. I have a Vortex on here. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I just didn't want to spend the money to fork out for an aim point. I do have some risers that I'm gonna use. Gunco makes a riser that I haven't mounted yet. But anyways, this is basically how I run my rifles anyways. They're all BCM and they're all Geisley. So this thing feels great. The weight feels great. It's pretty much a replica of the real thing. As you can tell, it's not a real muzzle. And I get to actually test out cool shit like I'll be honest with you guys, I never shot this Cloud Defense Owl until I started airsofting, and indoor with low lighting, this thing is awesome. Wouldn't know that without airsofting. That's kind of the purpose behind me implementing a lot more airsofting into my training this year. So, bus lock came out with the battery. But yeah, hopefully you guys find value in this. I know I've been finding value trying to explore in my training. And let me know if you have any questions.